And welcome back to Entrepreneur Talks podcast. This is Monday Live podcast, and today my second guest is Angela Santi. Thank you so much, Angela, for being here with us, for being with me today in name of Women Flix, of course.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm honored to be here. I'm very happy.
You're welcome. So, Angela, where you talking from? Which country?
I'm talking from Italy, from Italia, the best
Ah,
place in the world.
va bene. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
Love it. Oh, I never been in Italy. It sounds really strange for me because I love Italy. I do love Italians, so I should be gone by now. But I think these days I always say it's all about COVID. So till this, because I start to think about okay, next year I'm going to go to Italy, and didn't happen due to COVID and so on. So my list is push it back. So I'm now starting slowly completing my journey to travel to another countries. But ciao bellos, everyone in Italy.
Ciao, bello. And when the pandemic craze is over, you are my guest.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. So, Angela, uh, with three words, how would you describe yourself?
Hmm. I would describe myself in 2 words, not three.
Wow.
Well, I can say I can add an adjective. So, a super disciplined rebel.
Oh, wow. That must be, oh, wow. That's, I never heard this one. A super superb rebel? Is that what?
Super rebel, super disciplined,
Ah,
super both.
that's really powerful. But I want to know more about this rebel. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. As I know you are an entrepreneur, a business owner. So what is you do?
Okay, so what I do now after a long journey, after a very long journey, coming back to myself, now I work, not I am, because this is not my identity. I work
Oh,
as my business is business and lifestyle consulting, and I'm known as the Dolce Vita, so the sweet life lifestyle designer. And what I do, I am on a mission to empower successful, crazy, busy, overloaded, overwhelmed entrepreneurs and business owners to live la dolce vita, the sweet life, without losing momentum for their business.
oh wow, that's beautiful. I love your description. And the Dolce Vita is the right name. The right name. I just love it. Oh, that's good. And where is your so Dolce Vita runs only on Italy or you work with a lot of clients?
So, Dolce Vita is the famous Italian signature lifestyle. And I am based in Italy, but I work worldwide. And I made the decision uh, at the end of last year when the whole pandemic, was on, and I was already working only online, but for Italians and I started working with some Europeans, and then the more connected we were, and I was like, why don't I leverage, all this connection and the fact that I know English, and by the way, in my one of my past lives, I lived for a while in the United States, so I know that especially there, but also in Europe a little bit, but not as extreme as in America. Okay.
Right, right.
They need very much to learn how to slow down and live la dolce vita like Italians do, because Italians are not only pizza mandolino and all that. We are hard workers when
Yeah.
it comes to work, but we are hard. How do you say hard on having fun when it comes to
Fun lovers as well. Yeah. You like a good fun. So cute, yeah, a good fun people. I know Italians, they like it. Yes, yes. And they good on food, they good on work. Yeah, it's very focused. That's really good. So Dolce Vita, what does Dolce Vita in some business and busy and entrepreneur? What exactly do you? How do you work with them?
Okay, so let me define La Dolce Vita. La Dolce Vita comes from a movie of the 60s, that was depicting this amazing life of people having fun all the time. So now it is become really our Italian way of life, and it's not only a behavior, it's really an approach to
Right.
everything in life, meaning we are very committed, but at a certain time, when we have the ability to face challenges, to face, like all everything in a also in a light-hearted way. And it's not work-life balance, because to me work-life balance that doesn't exist. And by the way, work or business is just a part of life, it's not a different thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's really an approach. So it's this ability of letting go when it comes to letting go, of avoiding to be on the extreme of this work productivity
Right.
productivity for the sake of what. So it comes to understanding what you want in your life, by the way, especially during this time of COVID, because I'm convinced, and
A lot of feedback.
many papers and the internet and videos and all that are showing now that people are really coming back to themselves and asking the question, what is important in my life now? Do I want to live in this crazy way? How much longer do I want to live in that way? And also not only employers, but also business owners, because
That's right.
business owners, many of us started our business like thinking that business will make us free, and it's the opposite. It's exactly the opposite.
That's so true.
Okay, so what I do is really I make them first of all, we define, the goal, and then through my methodology, which is called La Dolce Vita methodology, based on 4 pillars, which I will describe in a second. I
Great.
am assessing their reality now, and what are the changes that they have to do. So the 4 pillars in a nutshell are system, skills, mindset, and habits.
Sorry. Oh, system, skills.
Systems, skills, mindset, and habits.
Love it.
And I describe these 4 pillars like the 4 wheels in a car. So when you go on a journey with a destination and your goal is your destination, you have to know where you want to go. Otherwise, it's just, okay, I'm going around and, oh, this is nice, this is nice. And then you are, you know, um, taken by the next shiny object syndrome. I go this and this and this. So you plan where you want to go.
Right.
And then you check your car. Generally, you go to a workshop and say, okay, all the tire are inflated and there is fuel in the tank and everything is working okay. So these 4 dimensions are like the 4 wheels, and they have to be all inflated, in the same way, and they have to be in balance. If this is not the case, your trip will not be very uncomfortable, and sometimes you don't even get to the end of your journey. Then we have the dashboard, and the dashboard with all the lights, the lights are the emotions, and they turn on when something needs attention.
Yes.
But then there are 2 things that I want to and that I like make my client think of. It's, first of all, who's driving the car? Because sometimes you think you're driving the car, but you are not driving the car. The car is going on autopilot, and you don't even know. You think that
That's
you're
really
going
good.
on a certain direction, but you don't know. Plus, maybe in the back seat there are passengers that you are not aware of.
Oh, wow. That's
And these
really,
passengers are the voices in your head, or what I call your team. And they can be empowering, disempowering. So you really have to be aware of where you're starting from and where you are now. And
mm,
so with my clients, we start from there, and we make all, and I make them work on all these dimensions. And I take into consideration personal life and business, because I said these are, just a whole. And the way you show up in one part of your life, it's the same way you show up in another one.
that's really good. Angela, really nice program. I'm like, yes, I should work with this lady. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, because this kind of thing that you just explained, the methods, it works like you said, life and business. It's not just work for some area, but in different areas in our lives and in different type of business. It's just
Exactly.
key to understand how you can see things. And that was quite interesting when you said that I think you can think you are a driver, but you're not actually driving the car. And I'm like, how come? Oh yeah. And then the guests on the back seat. That's so powerful because it's true. And place that guest as a my mind. I was just putting myself on this car and thinking, oh, and then the thought, the mind, the what we come, how we think about, like the thoughts. I was just looking for the right word. This is so powerful. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. And another question I have here for you is how it is possible to be successful while enjoying la dolce vita.
Hmm.
not not in a way that enjoying you, but the dolce vita in the life, the sweet life, right? But yes.
So first of all, we have to define what success means for you and what is your La Dolce Vita, because La Dolce Vita can be top luxury, but it also can be like having your daily, like 5 minutes of enjoyment, whatever it means for you.
True.
So for me, this is very important to know. And again, success and La Dolce Vita must be defined by you and not by somebody else. And it also defines your expectations. So it really has to to do with authenticity and to self-awareness and awareness.
Wow.
Okay, and also leadership. So how do you do that? So the first thing for me is to set boundaries and to be very clear. And this is when I talk about systems. So you have to have a system to be very well organized in what you do, to define your priorities according to yourself and not according to the people in your car.
Mm, yeah.
Okay.
Good. Good.
So all this method, that priority is something or important, urgent, yes, but according to whom? Okay.
To myself.
Yeah, myself. And so from there, you define your boundaries. You define what you're willing to do and not to do, and you start saying a lot of no's to other people, no to yourself, to all distractions, and this is very important. So, for instance, what I do and what I teach my client to is schedule your week inserting, first of all, La Dolce Vita time every day. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, whatever, and stick to it. And you have to be very committed, because when you have La Dolce Vita time, of course, your time on business or on your job shrinks.
Yeah.
But you have to be committed to respect this boundary that you created. Okay.
Yes.
And
The
the
same
reason
way.
why I tell people, my clients, to do that is, first of all, you have a reward at the end of your day. You have a define time to stop, and it's not, like, okay, I go, and it depends, because even Italians, we tend to finish working like at 8 or something like that, and we think that we are great because we work the long hours. Okay, we're not productive, but we work the long hours. And then when you shrink the time that you have to accomplish a task, you are much more productive.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a thing. And then again, you have scheduled your Dolce Vita time, and make the commitment. So call a friend and schedule an aperitif after your working day. Go to so do something, or take a commitment that forces you to do that. At the beginning,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah, it's an effort, and then it has to become something automatic. Yes. So again,
Obviously,
and I'm coming back to the 4 pillars. So you have defined your systems, and I told you, you have to set boundaries, and to respect boundaries. Of course, you have to negotiate, you have to do a lot of things. And these are your skills. You do something because you are able to do, so your abilities, and then you have to train your ability. If you say, oh, I'm not one of those person that negotiate, that set boundaries, that says no, and this is of course just some of examples, this is not you're identifying with a behavior. So you just have to train your muscles, and become like expert in doing these things. And then I said, you make them a habit. So making them a habit is great, because you don't have to make the effort. You start with making an effort, and then it becomes automatic, and you just yeah, it's a
you
habit.
just do it. You just do it.
Yeah, you just do it. And the most important thing to work on is in your mindset, because if everything else you've done properly, everything else, but still things are not working, there is something that you are telling yourself, or your team in the back of your car is telling you that doesn't work.
I love it. So very interesting, very, very interesting the way you put Angela. And I was thinking about this Dolce Vita time. The Dolce Vita time is so essential. And I understood, like you said, it's something that you can do it, or like and plan to do it every day. But doesn't mean to go somewhere specific, but can be at least maybe, let's say, half an hour by yourself, like, or reading a book, or singing, or doing something you like, you enjoy, right? Or having a bath. I don't know. Every day can be different, right? Like,
Exactly.
oh, that's awesome, because I do have my Dolce Vita times every day, and I make sure that happens.
It's
It's
very important. And you know what? When people say, oh, I don't have time for my Dolce Vita, you know what I say? Dolce Vita is the fuel for your business,
That's so true.
and not stopping to fuel your business. Is like, you're on a car and you don't stop to fuel, to fill your tank, because you're too busy driving. So there's no sense.
Yeah, because I've heard that so many times as well. It's like, no, but I already write so much, so many things. I can't have time to write for my reflections or my gratitude. Oh, this is the things that will bring you the fuel, like you mentioned. This is really powerful. And Dolce Vita. Now I'm gonna finish with this, like my day with Dolce Vita in my hand, in my head. And I'm actually, after this live, I'm gonna have a Dolce Vita time.
Wonderful. Me too.
I'm gonna. I had one in the morning, which today is extra again. I have an extra thing, has a cold Dolce Vita. It's not always just one, can be two in a day, right? This is what I understood, Angela. So
Yes, you know what? Actually, I have 2 in a day, because I have my morning routine. I tell you, I hate the book. What is it? The Magical Morning or whatever, because
I love it. I love
uh,
the book.
I'm not a morning person. I wake up, let's say, almost at 7 a.m., and I start with my routine, with my yoga, with having breakfast, very slowly. And I'm at my office at 10. So this is my confession. And I stop working. I have, of course, like all the good Italians, I have, of course, my lunch break, 1 hour lunch break. I sit at the table, have everything set perfectly. And then when I stop working around 7, depends on what I want to do, aperitif with a glass of wine,
Yeah.
or I'm taking a bath, again my yoga. So I'm creating a routine that helps me unwind and tells my brain it's over. And you know what, the magical thing, I turn my phone off.
Oh, that's really awesome. Powerful. That's really good. That's really, really good because I do the same after certain time every single day. No one can talk or say anything to me through my phone. And I believe in the power of the universe. And if it's something that needs to come to me, I will feel it. I will feel it. And if I switch my phone on back, it's because something I have to see. I had a conversation, a really powerful conversation about intuition, and that's what I use when I switch my phone because there is a limit every single day for me as well. I love that. I'm glad to
Exactly.
do that, Angela. It's
Yeah.
so such a good thing.
I
And
think, yeah, I think it's very important. And let me just back you up with the word intuition. I'm one of those persons that have always thought to be super rational. And at a certain time in my life, I really realized that it was the opposite. I am super intuitive. And then my rationality is helping me, like rationalize the intuition. So
awesome.
when I understood that and really started to tap into my intuition, my life was so much better and so much relaxed.
Beautiful. That's really good. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing about your routine and the Miracle Morning book that you don't love, but I love. Such a different. There we go. People is different. It is for me. It works, but for you, it works in a different way. But it is just doesn't mean like I'm following that book, but I use a lot of tips on the book. But and once again, thank you for your presence. And I would like to ask you, how can people connect with you? How they will find Angela Santi?
So everybody can find me on LinkedIn under my name, Angela Santi, and I have a website, Angela Santi, SANTI.it, like Italia.
That's right, correct. And in terms of freebies, I don't know if you have any or
Yes,
people or if you have anything, tell
I
us.
have a couple of freebies that I generally send to those who write me at Angela. What is it? Angela Santi. Yeah, at angelasanti.it.
Oh, okay. So means like if people goes to your website, they can send you a message on request, and you can send a couple of freebies that you have to give away.
Exactly. And my freebies are the laws of La Dolce Vita Lifestyle. So it's a very easy and quick to use booklet with some tips, like 10 tips. Some of them which I've already shared in this interview,
Mhm.
and a third piece on uh, the costs of entrepreneurship and
Mm.
how to avoid them through La Dolce Vita Lifestyle. So I will be very happy to share both of my freebies and yeah, and have and inspire somebody to live more La Dolce Vita and thrive in their business through La Dolce Vita.
Oh, I love it. I want this copy, Angela. Please, please send me that. I would love to have a look, and I will make sure my team will get your copy as well. After I get mine, I will see and share with my team. Thank you so much for your presence. And I'm sure we're going to be in touch. We're going to keep ourselves talking and getting this Dolce Vita everywhere to every women. We work a lot with women, but we also have some men in the world, in our world. But it was a pleasure, and thank you for sharing your journey and your story and your business. And
Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure. I'm always honored to
um,
share and to
grateful,
inspire. Thank you.
grateful. You take care, my dear,
You
and
too.
ciao, Bella. Ciao,
Ciao
ciao.
bella. Ciao belli.